Welcome back, everyone. I wasn't sure if it was recording. Yes, to another Hearts of Iron 4 mod spotlight. Everybody loves this. Anyway, it's the Christmas 2020 update of the epic Millennium Dawn mod. Wow. Never thought I'd think about that ever again now. Of course. So, gonna try to make this relatively quick, but there's some interesting stuff in here. I'm just gonna bring up the lovely change log in case I miss anything. Now, in case you don't know, Millennium Dawn mod that takes HOI4 out of its usefulness as a World War II fun thing, and puts it in the shoes that are difficult, very, very difficult to fit in, of a modern day political simulator. It's sometimes fun, sometimes it sometimes really, really shows its, how about you like play music? Sometimes it really, really shows its limitations. But there's certainly a lot of work that goes into it. It's fun. It's gotten pretty polished over the years, and I mean, it's always fun to change pace from the lovely other mods to just, our good old year 2020 or 2000 modern day stuff. Anyway, in the last update, they did a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff with the Middle East area that is really fun to play. But this time, they decided to just do a bunch of shit, but especially rework the EU, which, yeah, we're going to get into it in a little bit. Now, the biggest thing that they did, I suppose, would be the Italy rework, which is why I'm playing as Italy right now, and why the Italian mechanics are up here. But they've also added a focus tree to Greece, to Israel, and to Canada, all pretty funny countries, especially Israel. As you all obviously know, does Ukraine have a focus? Yeah, Ukraine does have a focus tree. It used to work, right? Yeah, it works. It works. Yeah. So, basically now, this is supposed to make Italy a little bit cooler, but the other, like, really, really big thing, the massive fucking thing, is the fact that they added a whole gigantic fucking European post-unification tree, which has the unfortunate side effect, if you recall, there used to be this whole European Union tree over here with focuses, and you'd end at either the United States of Europe, the European Federation, or the Europe of the Fatherlands. Now, they have added two paths, one jutting out of the European Federation and one jutting out of the United States of Europe. Now, the European Federation essentially just makes everyone in the EU, quote-unquote, EU federal states, but you continue playing as the country that you started as. Like, it's... Yeah, basically it just makes the EU into an unbreakable faction, I suppose, kind of thing. And the president of the European Federation is the one that gets to decide what to do with all the funny European powers. And then everyone has like the stupid EU flag as half of their flag. It's kind of funny. While the United States of Europe is what obviously everyone has fun with, or is supposed to have fun with. Again, the problem with all of this is that it involves a whole lot of sitting around and doing nothing, which is always very unfortunate. And yeah, it's kind of sad that, such a part of the game that's like so kind of unique, but also, yeah, it's so like devoid of gameplay, because you're just sitting through all these focuses and waiting for the votes to turn out the right way. They put so much work into it, but gameplay-wise, it's kind of... Anyway, so when you actually unite Europe, you get a new European focus tree that's super poggers. So basically, at this point, you remove the EU as a mechanic. So like all the EU tabs over here in the decisions go away because you are now the EU, and you basically, you basically become the third superpower along with China and the USA. Now, there is a pretty cringe part, which is the Europe's heart and soul. Now, of course, the torch of freedom is just, democratic EU. But for some reason, they decided to add the hammer and sickle, I suppose. Which, I mean, this makes sense, but like all of this should be like it should probably be locked to the ideology that you united the EU with, because then you can like, yeah, it needs to become an empire once again. Like, I guess this doesn't make any sense if I start as like democratic Italy and stay democratic and unite Italy democratically, or unite Europe with liberal democracy, and then I can choose things that aren't a torch of freedom. Like, just all of a sudden we decide that, we decided we're gonna fuck all of our values and then just become an empire. Yeah. So either you do fascism, essentially, like the European military state, and you have the armed forces seizing power, although here obviously it says Italian, but it's going to be European. And that gives you a whole bunch of, just army bonuses and all that. Or you can have European Empire, which is a funny meme. You can choose a whole bunch of houses, apparently. This is the R monarchism. This is something that I've noticed just with my very, very quick look at this update. It seems like all the different people that were working on different updates sort of were doing their own thing and nobody was really oversighting or just letting them do whatever, because it really, really seems like they just let fanboys of X work on X. So this is the R monarchism stuff where you can choose, your fucking ruling house, because why the fuck not? Of course, the only ones that really make any sense are Habsburg, Lorraine, and Bonaparte, but whatever. Like, as a European house. I suppose Windsor could make some sense. If you started as the EU. Favors the international bankers. So basically, you can make the European British Empire. You can make the European Habsburg Empire. You can make the European... Bonaparte, which again, this is like the only one that makes a modicum of sense. And yeah, the other ones are just cringe, basically. What did the Habsburg? The Habsburgs favor the intelligence community and the landowners, of course. This favors the landowners and the military, of course. The fucking Huns. Oh my god, no. See, like, I suppose this would be, like, roleplay if I restored the German Empire or some fucking cringe. Can you restore the German Empire? I don't remember if this focus tree allows you to restore the German Empire. No. Wasn't there, like, the neo-nationalism shit? Yeah, Imperial Ambition. Hohenzollern Restoration. Huh. Right, okay. Right, you could do this, I remember. I just fucking whatever, man. Some fucking insane shit over here. So I guess you can reunite the EU under the stupid Kaiser. Under the stupid fucking disgusting Kaiser. The boos are gonna have a lot of fun with this, and then you get to choose a palace, which is kind of cool. You can do the new European palace in Brussels. Fucking epic. Or Versailles, of course. Or fucking Sanssouci, which is the stupid Frederick the Great palace. And all that. The Hofburg, which is the Habsburg palace. And then, at the end, of course, the Holy European Empire, because that makes the most sense. That makes the most sense. Anyway, that's the whole empire thing. But it's there's another kind of empire, which is the environmental empire, the fucking green. Like you can switch to the green ideology, which is the non-aligned. Like in the ideology, if you recall, there's the whole outlooks, and the green factions are non-aligned, so you can switch to non-aligned. But it's pretty fucking hilarious because you get to do environmental imperialism, like. Now Europe is nice and environmentally friendly, but we're gonna kill you if you're not environmentally friendly, which is honestly like kind of cool. Like it's honestly really, really hilarious. Like it's a meme, but it's a hilarious meme. And of course the fucking USSR. Because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? So that's that. And also again, Europe can fuck up everyone. Like, you know, just kill. Like, there's 3 types of international outlooks, which is the peaceful coexistence, which is like, we're not gonna fuck with you. Guardians of world peace. Or we're gonna fuck with, just gain a puppet focus on China, gain a puppet focus on Russia, and gain a puppet focus on the United States. Of course. So there you kill everyone, or the Clash of Civilizations, which was a thesis from American political scientist Samuel P. Huntington. Of course, because that's exactly how it worked out in the post-fucking Iron Curtain world. The Clash of Civilizations. The West versus the rest. So this is ally with America and kill everybody else. And it's kind of funny, Asian westernization, like, they become targets of westernization decisions. It's like, it's the fucking Ben Shapiro path, I suppose. Of course. Westernizes Iran to the Republic of Persia. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're gonna westernize the Arabian Peninsula. Or the rest of the West. Basically, like, America has failed. Democracy has failed. The only, like, what the fuck do you call it? The only, last bastion of Western civilization is the EU. And, now we get to kill everyone and ally with Russia because, funny, because, yeah. It's time to unite again and defend the Western civilization. The House of Romanov gains 15% in support. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, basically, this is like the cringe path that like all the Crusader boys who like have Discord servers called like Great Europa or some shit like that are gonna pick. But whatever. Anyway, other than then there's also the European Federation, right? The European Federation is also kind of cool, and you can also do environmental imperialism apparently, which is funny. But the big difference is that you're not one European superstate; you're just a bunch of European countries united together. So you're gonna have to deal with the AI's quirkiness with this. French doctrine. So basically this is like uniting all the different greatnesses of the different European states. Of course, the prerequisite for this is that they are in the EU. So if you have a lot of EU countries under the European Federation, you're going to be a lot stronger. So if we had North Africa has European member states, we could do the epic Northern Africa. Or sorry, no, if you have the Mediterranean, we can do the epic Northern Africa. If we had the Balkans, and we could see bonus effects for, you know, Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia, Yugoslavia, Montenegro, etc. And then unite Cyprus, of course. Damn, this just makes them fucking European naval bases. It's pretty poggers. Fourth shore doctrine except for EU. Interesting. Then you go ahead and fuck with China, of course. Baltic Doctrine. Obviously. The Eastern Firewall. Can't Russia be a part of the EU, though? Don't I remember something like that? No, only Belarus. Only Belarus. Sad. Yeah, there's the Caucasus, Black Sea, Moldova and Ukraine, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. No Russia. Sad. Very, very sad. They also added a Rejoin the EU button, or focus, which is kind of cool. Like, if you just do the stupid exit, you can join back. That's pretty cool. I just realized... I just realized something. There's a lot of focus trees that like require you to be out of the EU. Then you can join back again and be hilarious. That would be funny. That would be funny to try. And yeah, you just there's just a whole shitload of diplomatic focuses. You get naval bases everywhere. The epic like Benelux doctrine of fucking with the Southeast Asia, obviously. Yeah, and then you get to decide whether or not you're pro-American or anti-American. Of course. With this plan, the EDU can launch an invasion from the north on the US. Gain a puppet focus goal on the United States. Epic. You guarantee Hong Kong SAR. Today I will drink boba tea, of course. And yeah, just help out Japan, help out Korea against China, kill China, and then Pax Europea. The European Federation needs to become the global superpower to enforce world peace. So of course, at that point, you've probably killed everyone. You know, oh damn, major non-EDU ally, shit. It would have been hilarious if, like, with the Commonwealth legacy, you could get these guys in the EU, because it would be kind of hilarious. It would be like really, really hilarious if the Commonwealth countries could join. If the Commonwealth countries could join, reintegrate the breakaway republics. Could join the EU, because like imagine Canada in the EU. It's kind of funny. Not gonna lie, very funny. So that's the EU. I guess next up we go look at Italy. So Italy, no offense to the person who made the tree, but like the older tree was already like just memes. This one is just memes again. Like I don't see really the point in changing this so much. In fact, I do like one of the mechanics, although I'm pretty sure the AI is going to fuck up with this a lot. Although it's kind of realistic. This policy change. At the end of every Italian tree that you have, you can click the policy change. You can see here in the tutorial. You can click the policy change because there are 10 democratic and 6 undemocratic possible choices in the ideology tree. Might cause the country to change its course after already having made a choice. So basically, there is a mechanic over here called the reform expectance for Italy, because to represent the Italian political instability, which, yeah. One of the main features of the new content is to give Italy the reform expectance dynamic modifier, which is obviously quite interesting. Now, basically, I'm not sure if this is represented anywhere in here. This is like so fucking big at this point. Yeah, no, I don't see it anywhere, but I'm sure you can see the reform expectancy somewhere. Wait, maybe it's... Oh, no. Yeah, okay, reform expectance. Daily pro-Western support minus 0.21. Holy shit, that's a lot of anti-Western support. So if a coalition member sees its popularity drop below half the value it was elected with, it will leave the coalition. If the coalition loses too much popularity, a government crisis will be triggered that can be resolved in new elections or trying to keep the government alive at the expense of stability. And if you fail with that, then policy change gets enacted. Basically, in this eventuality, the policy change mechanic will unlock the possibility of making a new change in the political direction of the country, removing all the policy of the previous government and unlocking all the previously selected choices. So let's say you went with Democratic and you were, you know, the Democratic Party, the left, like fucking cringe center-left guys. How about no? Why was there Hitler in? Okay, fuck off, Hitler. And you've done all these things like pursue European cooperation and migrant rights and workers' rights, but then your government collapsed. Then it does policy change, it fucks up your stability and political power, and removes all this shit. And you get to choose again. So if then in like the next elections the fucking stupid cringe liberals win, you can legalize drugs and then you can unlegalize them if they fall. Let companies fail. So yeah, that is nice. But again, like I think the AI is going to be pretty goddamn useless with this. Especially one thing that's kind of weird is that you can go like an extremist route and then just kind of say no. It's just kind of funny. Like, you know, reestablish the Roman Empire, and then one focus later, dethrone the emperor. And be a republic again. So basically, they turned into like, I don't know, like the French Revolution. Like, every 2 years, just something changes and everything radically, you know, becomes again. It's like a Victoria II rebel, like, rebel cycle. Like, yes, we're now fascist. We're now fucking proletarian dictatorship. We're now emperor. We're now democratic republic. We're now liberals. We're now socialist. Like, yeah, okay, sure. Very interesting. So that's that. But basically, yeah, there's a ton of different political trees. There's also the mafia mechanic, which basically fucks you. Like, it just fucks you over, which is pretty realistic. Not 100% realistic, but pretty goddamn realistic. And you see that there's infiltration. There's 4 different types of mafia, regionally speaking. There's the Cosa Nostra, which is like, imagine the Padrino, you know, the Godfather movies. That's the Cosa Nostra. That's Sicily. That's the traditional quote-unquote mafia. Camorra, which is Neapolitan mafia. 'Ndrangheta, which is the fucking Calabrian mafia, and then there's the Sacra Corona Unita, the United Sacred Crown, which is the Pulian mafia. Just fucking funny Italian things, and these guys sometimes kill each other, sometimes they collaborate. Each one of them has strength. Police can be more or less effective against them. You can do decisions to curtail the mafia. If you ignore them, they're gonna just get stronger every once in a while, and a lot of investment focuses to develop southern Italy, for example, will be more expensive if the mafia is doing funny. Now, mafia can also spread up to the north, I believe, although it doesn't like exist there at the start, but yeah, it can spread up, it can spread down, it can regrow. It's a cancer. It's basically just a cancer, which, to be fair, kind of correct. So if you decide to do like state investment in places where the mafia exists, the mafia is gonna siphon up some of that money and make everything more expensive, which is historically accurate. It's a big problem of the current. Ooh, space. Everybody loves space. Tav! Gay. In case you don't know, there's a lot of cute little like things that like an Italian playing this tree is gonna be a lot more familiar. Like the bridge over the Strait of Messina. This is a big meme in Italy. It's a big fucking giant meme. Like for 40 years, people have been saying we're gonna do this thing. Aha! Nuclear reactors. Everybody loves nuclear reactors. And yeah, basically, they're like Italy. The whole point is like you've got a lot of potential, but there's a lot of just disgusting cancers eating away at you, like the mafia, but also like the NIMBYs, the not in my backyard. Basically, people who are like, why you build train near my house? It's a very very big thing in Italy, even more than a lot of other European countries. Which is especially why, like, for example, this TAV train is pretty funny, because this is a fucking... This is a thing that's been going on for, like, the construction of some of these projects has been going on for a long, long time, but just, you know, whatever. And also the nuclear referendum, because, like, there was a referendum... Yeah, again, back in fucking 87, after Chernobyl, that was like, yeah, because they were building nuclear plants, and we shouldn't do nuclear plants because blah, 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 blah. Fucking cringe, even though nuclear energy is pretty cool. And they did the same referendum again, like in 2010, 2011 or something, and the nuclear option was defeated again. So... Basically, now we have in Italy a whole bunch of hydroelectric power because of a lot of rivers, a lot of mountainous places. But all the demand that can't be filled by hydro has to be filled by coal power plants. So the environmentalists were like, yes, let's like fuck nuclear energy because it's bad for the environment, apparently, even though it's not. And they ended up strengthening coal. Funny. And encourage GMOs. Everybody loves GMOs too. There's just a whole bunch of like funny things over here. So yeah, this is all the infrastructure. It's very powerful, but again, if you do too much of this, you're gonna be in mega debt. Also because, again, the cancers eating at you are gonna make everything a little bit more difficult. And infrastructure construction speed minus 50%, of course. And yeah, so back on the list of mechanics, there's also the weekly stability. So many focuses on the mechanics in their rework are based on weekly stability. And basically, weekly stability is very, very fluctuating as Italy. I'm not sure. I haven't played like for a long time. I'm not sure what, like how punishing or overpowered this could be. But yeah. So back to the list of mechanics. So yeah, we saw the policy change, we saw the weekly stability, we saw the mafia and the reform expectancy. We can close the tutorial now. So that's the gist of the Italian mechanics. Now, what do the political trees actually entail? Well, they're pretty standard. Like, you know, you've got your conservatives, and again, there's a lot of memes. There's a lot of memes. Which, on one hand, I kind of like. On the other hand, it's like, oh my god. So, like, for example, the conservatives can legalize prostitution because the leader of the conservatives, the Forza Italia, Silvio Berlusconi, is a pretty, like, notorious utilizer of prostitutes. But he was never, like, one to call for the legalization of prostitution. Although the Forza Italia party does have a streak of, like, epic libertarianism, free market kind of stuff, so I don't know. And then they can modify the Article 18, which is the Statute of Workers, basically making it so the labor market is more flexible. Although see, again, like, sometimes Millennium on Hearts of Iron 4 is not able to, like, simulate historical, like, quirks and political quirks too well. Like, here, the decision to modify the article is under the conservative liberals, but actually it was the leftist liberals in real life who abolished the article or modified the Article 18. And in this, the Democratic Party, basically in the 2014, of course, this can't really be well represented in a, like, set focus tree where everybody has their idea and just sticks with it, right? It's pretty sad. But basically, in real life, it was the Democratic Party that modified the Article 18 and made it so the stupid fucking labor market is now fucked. For the benefit of the elites. Or some fucking shit like that. Anyway. Amnesty, of course. Of course. Yeah, basically, the Democratic Party, which are basically the main center-left party, they're just boring. They're boring in real life, too, but they're... Yeah, they've got obviously some European things. Now, yeah, now, unfortunately, there's also the liberal things. Now, this is just bullshit. Like, these, like, centrist liberal type people in Italy were never really all that popular. And honestly, they shouldn't even be here. Like, there's absolutely no way that they can ever become important, but apparently they can legalize all drugs, so fucking kill myself. Yeah, just no. Like, the Federation of Liberals party over here that's represented, honestly, I didn't even know it existed before I played Millennium Dawn, and I know quite a bit about Italian politics, so... even, like, obscure shit, but whatever. Then there's obviously the populist way, but we're gonna leave that a little bit. There's also, of course, the new left, which is the Greens, and the free and equal, the liberi and eguali. Yes. Now, the Italian left is a mess, so we're not gonna get into it. It's just a gigantic fucking mess. But one other thing is that a lot of these parties that are in the 2000 focus tree did not exist until a lot later, because basically 2011 to 2013 was a very, very important defining moment, because before then, basically, Italian politics had a shitload of parties, but had two big poles, right? The two big poles, one, basically the center-right pole under the Forza Italia, the Conservatives, and the center-left pole under the Democratic Party. Or what before was called the olive tree, blah, blah, blah. It's complicated, let's not get into it. Basically, what becomes the Democratic Party in, I think, 2007, 2008. In 2000, it didn't exist. It was called the PDS back then, I think. It was still called the PDS, which is the Democratic Left Party. Not the Democratic Party, the Democratic Left Party, because apparently that makes it cooler. Yeah, basically, after 2011, a whole bunch of shit changes. We don't need to get into it. And then everything just gets fucked. Basically, all the left of left parties, like the center more left parties, just start splitting with each other. Like the Free and Equal Party did not exist. Apparently, they shouldn't really be non-aligned. They should be democratic. But of course, there's a limited number of democratic parties, unfortunately. And these guys are basically very pro-state social democrats that are born out of the left-wing, some left-wing elements of the Democratic Party. And they also sort of merge together with a lot of, like, more moderate of the further left, which in here is the Rifondazione Comunista, the Refoundation Party, who were these sort of old hardliners of the Italian Communist Party, because when the Italian Communist Party blew up in the 90s, some of them became sort of center-left, and some of them became center-more left, and that's the Refoundation. So, you got it? No, because it's ridiculous. There's no way to explain it. Then they have this Italian Communist Party, which is just, it doesn't exist. I need to go see the leader that they have on this guy to really know what party this is supposed to represent, because there is no party in Italy that's called this. I mean, there's a lot of parties that are called this, which is what makes this, you know, kind of confusing. Anyway, the New Left is basically the sort of epic ultra-statist but constitutional left, I suppose. Yeah, tax the rich, protect the migrant rights, raise the minimum wage. So that's the more, you know, that's the traditional left, while the environmentalists have the funny happy degrowth, which is like what if we just reverse economic growth and make everybody happier with that? Because return to monk. This is basically just return to monk, but mainstream. It's not really mainstream, but yeah. Yes. Then, of course, you ban GMOs, because why the fuck not? You ban nuclear power, because why the fuck not? And you get the carbon tax and the renewables. Epic. Epic. And then you can just blow everything up with the policy change, of course. Then there's obviously the specter of communism. Because the Communist Party of Italy was the largest of all Italian communist parties during the Cold War, of course. You even have this national spirit, the legacy of the PC, of course. Everybody loves it. There's a whole lot of funny things. Here you actually leave Europe. Although, you only leave Europe with this. With the Italy. If you go with the Italian Communist Party. This is a Marxist-Leninist party which processes for a new... I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is not a real thing. And the Refoundation. The Refoundation is the more quote-unquote constitutional and moderate one, I suppose. And they don't, like, straight up leave the EU, but they do some Euroscepticism, which is like, sure, fine. I guess you could try to unite the EU with this. I don't know. It's kind of funny. Nationalize the economies. Epic. And then you get the safeguard the revolution with the totalitarian government. Love it. But then you can just... Then you can just not do it. Which is the funny part. Anyway. Diplomacy, we all know. Diplomacy. If you're an expansionist government. What is an expansionist government? Oh, list of expansionist governments. The Italian Communist Party. Okay, so like evil commies, oligarchs. Is there anywhere you can be an oligarch? Oh, empower the Senate. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. The Roman Senate. I see. Sure, so I guess if you're like the ANCAP Roman Republic. Yeah, okay, I fucking see. Whatever. The autocrats, the fucking fascists, of course, and the pro-Western autocrats and the Italian armed forces and all that. Yes, okay. Then you kill everyone, I suppose. Interesting. I love how you can just kill everyone. Yeah, you can just kill everyone. Epic. So funny. So funny. Anyway, so if you have an expansionist government, you can do funny things, basically. You can do funny things. Then there's the whole reforms, the new sick man of Europe. So basically, this is how do we reform Italy to not suck? Hint, it's basically impossible. Although somehow, again, this is like the mod maker's bias that shows through. Apparently, abolishing the regions is going to just remove the inefficient administration, because that's just how easy it is. And yeah, you have all these like ridiculously bad. Is the modder a like ultra libertarian? I'm getting some of these like vibes over here. I'm getting this vibe. Yeah, I'm just really getting this vibe. I don't know why. Whatever. Because again, like, just, you know, let's just decrease government. That will make everything better. This kind of shit. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, apparently abolishing the regions is just gonna remove the administrative deficiencies of Italy. Sure, whatever. Then there's, of course, the generational divide, which is like not really the most important thing that existed ever, but yeah, basically this is all about pensions. Piazza Fari. So basically you can, yeah, this is a way to switch over your internal factions. The small business owners, vomit, please. Please. Yeah. No. Replace the labor unions with the industrial conglomerates. Oh no, Confindustria. No, 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 no. Please, no. Go away. Oh no, this is dangerous. Anyway, the debt problem. Ask for help from the Chinese. I love it. I kind of love it. Poggers. Reduce expenses. Pog. Yeah, also you of course have education, fight scientific illiteracy, crack down on anti-vax. Yes, please. Destroy them, kill them, burn them. If Jews were anti-vax, I'd be a fascist. Yeah, then you have a whole bunch of like infrastructure and resources that we already kind of saw. And then you can just do a really, really fucking dumb shit where like yeah, you can either like do a bunch of focuses that are, you know, kind of, you know, uncomfortable reforms to deal with the southern question, which is the problem with southern Italy being kind of cringe. To very, very, very quickly sum up 150 years of Italian, like, unified Italy experience. Southern Italy is kind of cringe. And you can fix it by either the hard way or just blow things up. This, yeah, basically this right path, keeping the status quo, gains a whole bunch of support to the right-wing populace, the Lega Nord, and then you can, and then you can either do the epic Italian federation, or apparently you can just dismantle Italy. And this creates a new nation, which is a fake country created by northern autonomists / separatists called Padania. You cannot see it right now, but in real life, I'm taking a gun and I'm placing it to my head to shoot myself, because it's a big meme. It's a gigantic fucking meme. So anyway, we left the best for last, which is of course the fucking cringe-ass populists. Now, the cringe-ass populists, there's the populist way over here. Make Italy great again, obviously. The stupid 5-star movement, which didn't exist until 2011. Basically, these guys are anti-everything. Anti-establishment and quote-unquote environmentalist, anti-immigration, anti-globalist, Eurosceptic. They're described as sometimes as neo-right, but they promote some policies usually advocated by the Italian left wing, citizens' income and inspire. Basically, these people are just disgusting. They don't stand for anything. It's a big, weird, cringe thing. It's a big meme. They're right now in the government with the establishment because, yes, the greatest anti-establishment populist thing to do is to govern with the establishment center-left party. But yeah, basically, it's difficult to describe the 5-star movement because they're just really, really shapeshiftery. A lot of Italian politics is shapeshifting, but they're particularly hard on the shapeshift. And the Northern League is basically like, in here they have the new version of the Northern League. It used to be, again, a separatist autonomous party for northern regions of Italy, but they were like kind of neoliberal. Like, not really neoliberal, but like they were pro like the epic like northern business and all that. They did have a lot of populist undertones, but they did have Patanian secessionism, all that kind of shit. And after 2014, the party gained a new leadership, and its secretary turned the party into a classical right-wing party. But like, it's mixing like Trumpian populism with just more traditional, like hard right European conservatism, a la like Poland. And yeah, basically they're the party of like just being cringe Catholic, you know, fuck immigrants, all that kind of shit. But they're not fiscally conservative. They are statist. in that regard. So this is again kind of a lot of the weird Italian weirdness. Enough Italy, please. Just fuck me. Is there anything else useful to look at? No. Good. Just go away from this country, away from this godforsaken place, please. I have enough of it in real life. Now, in case you were wondering why the map looks like this, I'm trying out a map mod called What? You fucking despicable. Why do I not see what I'm typing in the console? I don't know. I'm trying out a map called a map mod called Google Maps map mod, because I thought it would be fitting. You know, it's a modern day mod. Let's use the Google Maps style map. It kind of looks like something that comes out of Google Maps. Not gonna lie. So I guess that's fine. Anyway, the other trees are Israel, Greece, and Canada. Now, we're gonna go over these a lot quicker because, you know, I already spent most of the video's time rambling about Italy. If you're still here, I'm sorry. Anyway, Greece in 2000 is in a kind of funny situation. They're under the epic PASOK, Pan-Hellenic Socialist Movement, who are neoliberal social democratic, let's say, and they're pretty funny. Basically, you can either continue with your way, either discrediting the European Union or standing with the European Union. And you can either go for Syriza, which is like kind of Eurosceptic leftist, kind of left of left party, or Nea Demokratia, the New Democracy thing, which is a ultra liberal center-right party, basically, which is I believe the current government in Greece is from Nea Demokratia. The previous one was from Syriza. Everyone knows fucking Alexis Tsipras. I mean, I think everyone knows Alexis Tsipras and Yanis Varoufakis. Basically, you know, let's try to make Europe like better, and then they kowtow to the Germans and institute the reforms, and then you need to do the austerity, and hopefully you're gonna recover, hopefully. Or you can do funny things with the KKE, the Communist Party of Greece, which is like I'm pretty sure the only Cold War era Communist Party which kind of like survived in Western Europe. Because in Italy, the Communist Party exploded. In a lot of Eastern European countries, it reformed into, you know, social democratic establishment weirdness. In Germany, it never really existed, but in the East, it reformed into Die Linke, which is, again, a very, very different thing. In France, I suppose they did have the PCF, but then now most of that went into La France Insoumise, and in Spain they have Podemos, but yeah, and then in the UK it's funny. UK is funny. Yeah, they're like basically the only Cold War, you know, pro-Soviet party that still exists in Europe. But basically, yeah, KKE can do, you know, they can do the tanky, they can do the slightly less tanky, and then they can do the tanky again, and do the tanky to other people. I don't think they particularly... get out of the EU. Do they? It doesn't seem like they... It really doesn't seem like they get out of the EU. Interesting. And then the other path is obviously fascism, the Golden Dawn. Everybody's heard about these guys in the 2011 period. Basically, you know, fucking cringe Greek fascists, and of course they can do the everybody's favorite Megali idea, Greece, because we are like epic, and it's Constantinople, not Istanbul, and we're gonna kill all Turks, and we're gonna kill all the Muslims, and we're gonna put them in camps. Although the EU is already doing that, but we're gonna put them in even more camps, and then we're gonna ally with Russia, I suppose. I don't fucking know. So basically, they have a fascist path. Everybody fucking knows that fascism is obviously funny, so I guess whatever. I guess you can do fascism. Then they have the glass cannon economy, which is basically what Greece was doing in the early 2000s all the way up to like 2008, 2010 to the debt crisis. Is basically they were having like very, very rapid economic growth, but in a very unsustainable way. Now, I'm not an expert on Greek economics, but basically they did a lot of unsustainable economic shit, and then they got fucked. And today they're still reeling from that. And to deal with that, they can do a lot of investment, which worsens the debt crisis, but into like, you know, hard infrastructure which can't explode, and you can suck up to the Chinese and just sell them the port, just sell them the port. What can go wrong with the Chinese port in the middle of Europe? Everybody loves the funny Chinese port. And then do some stuff, and then you can do the EU stuff as Greece as well, because Greece happens to be in the EU. Asylum shopping. Oh, so like people get Greek passports to become EU citizens. I don't fucking whatever. Anyway, Canada. Canada next, because you fucking disgusting monk. Am I gonna go over to Canada? Thank you. Canada is a pretty funny country. Basically, they've got three big paths. There's the Canada isolationism, and you leave NATO. I'm not sure why you would do that, because then after that, it's because then the nationalist coup. Oh no, it doesn't require. Oh no, it requires it requires state of terror, which requires standalone. So I guess if you want to go nationalist Canada, you need to go standalone. I see. Canada first, of course. And then you get to kill the United States, which is funny. Funny. Invade the United States as Canada. Pretty funny, not gonna lie. What would be the Canadian nationalist parties? There is a Nationalist Party, and the People's Party, and the Monarchist League. I see. So Canada can do a funny. Nationalist outlook becomes the ruling party. That's basically if bad things happen with Quebec. Obviously, a lot of the tree is about Quebec and the language divide and all that. Blah blah blah. Multi-ethnic Canada or single language Canada. Oh, you can do the French government. Ho ho ho! A nation in flames. Ho ho ho! Move la capitale to Quebec. A new France charter. Ho ho! Everybody loves la France Canada. Everybody is now French. Funny. Very epic. I wonder if that changes your flag in any way. It would be hilarious. Or, English chauvinism, destroy the Quebecois identity. And of course, this leads to the Canadian nationalism. Or the other two paths are the Western, pro-Western, which is like, the obvious, real-life Canada. Unfortunately, there's no path where you can, like, do a NAFTA EU as Canada. I think it would be kind of funny. Like, just out of nowhere. Just NAFTA is now the EU 2.0. I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. Or the Eastern shift, which... Why the Christian Heritage Party gains 10% support? why this doesn't just like lead to the United States invading Canada instantly, I don't know. Because it seems like something that if it happened in the real world, like Canada going like, oh yeah, now we're gonna abandon NATO and be with China. I'm pretty sure the United States would invade Canada in like 0. Like, basically, when I started the sentence, the United States Supreme Command, you know, the president and all that learned about this, and now that I'm finishing talking, the fucking tanks are already rolling towards the Canadian border, and they've already drone striked half of Canadian infrastructure. Basically, this is how it works. But yeah, basically, you can be cool and invite the Chinese and the Russians in. Although with this route, you cannot invade the USA, which is sad. Although it would be kind of funny, like, you know, just imagine like all the US like conservatives who already think that Canada is like some communist thing where like they're inviting the Russo-Chinese, Mexican, North Korean, Cuban invasion forces to invade the United States and take away all the guns. Like, imagine if that actually happened. It would be hilarious. Then they have a whole bunch of industrial shit, actually. They've got a massive fucking economic tree, which is probably really strong, and they can invite Rosneft to develop the Canadian oil. Or, of course, ExxonMobil, which is everybody's favorite. Imperial Oil, the national Canadian companies. I'm not sure why I'm doing the cringe British voice. The oil barons of America. Ain't no one have anything on Canada. Volgograd refineries. Funny. Funny. But yeah, basically Canada can become an oil superpower, oil producer. I wonder if you can join Is Canada an OPEC? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm an ignorant piece of shit. Quebec mines, Quebec steel exports. Everybody loves this. Yeah, a lot of epic infrastructure and heavy industry. The Electric Car Act. Carbon negative country. I love, by the way, you can both do the we are just such a green, clean, blah, 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 environmentally friendly, respecting. Focus on the oil shales. Efficient oil production. Bakken Shale Refineries. Keystone Pipeline. Oil Barons of America. You can do both of these. You can both be the oil baron of America and the most carbon negative country ever. Which is, to be fair, like in real life, it's Norway. Like, Norway is like, yes, we are like so environmentally friendly. Don't worry. I am Kjell Magne Bandevik. We do not do any, like, burning fossil fuel emission, okay? We are like most carbon neutral country ever. Because they sell oil to other countries and get rich and then subsidize green energy within Norway. So it's like, that's genius. Like, you get rich from the fossil fuels to like selling them to everybody else, and then you get to play the environmentally friendly one. That's amazing. That's just so much genius. And then you invest into everyone. There's obviously also the Canadian Armed Forces. Everybody loves the Canadian Armed Forces, but that's about it for Canada. And then the last but not least is the funny country of Israel. Now, Israel is hilarious because the tree isn't finished yet, so it's like very honest. There's no window dressing. And in this, like, expand the Mossad. Like, just expand the Mossad. Just target assassinations. We can now assassinate our enemies' generals in command. Just kill them. You know? Let's just kill them. Does Israel have, like, any... Shanghai Cooperation. Shanghai Cooperation Organization, apparently. Bomb Iranian targets. Just bomb them. Just bomb these fucks. Oh, and then there's obviously the Israeli-Palestinian happiness. That you can do the racial profiling. You can do the race thing. You can do the racism and a lot of racism. And you can kill the Palestinians, and you can kill the Jews, and all that. Welcome minorities. This looks like you accept nearby minorities. Epic. How epic. You can also do Beta Israel and the Law of Return, which just gives you a shitload of manpower for free. Just increases your monthly population by 50%. Lovely. Just amazing. Chinese investment. Russo-Israeli Brotherhood. And then usually you can just get the F-35 just for free in 2000. Just why the fuck not? Everybody loves the F-35. And then you can use the F-35 to kill all the the New Palestine, to kill all of the Jordanians, actually, because Greater Israel with the Turk Wolf. I'm not sure why. Yeah, Israel first. I'm not sure what this New Palestine is supposed to be. Change in popularity of nationalists by 10%. Oh, you get to kill this thing. Okay, because you get cores on, yeah, you get cores on the West Bank and Gaza at the cost of how much manpower? So you do the genocide basically. Okay, right, I see. You do the genocide, then you do the more genocide, then you do all of the genocide and do the Greater Israel. Okay, genocide. Everybody loves it. Or you can do the two-state solution, the Israeli Arabs. I see. So this is I suppose to just like very, very easily deal with the Israeli or the Palestinian resistance, but you give up Palestine basically. Sad. Or the one-state solution with equal rights with the Israel of two peoples and the law return. Apparently, it's just this easy. Israel annexes Palestine. Apparently, it's this easy to solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Just say you do it. Anyway, you can also do a whole bunch of things that are funny, like drones. Everybody loves it. And also, you can do the Iron Dome somewhere. Yeah, the fucking Iron Dome, which will increase our defense against missiles. However, it will cost us money to maintain. So I'm guessing that every once in a while, depending on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, you get events regarding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, like Hamas launches the rockets, and like if you don't have the Iron Dome, then a bunch of Israeli people are gonna get killed. And you can even do the Iron Beam, which I suppose is like laser defense, which is everybody's favorite shit. Just do the laser to shoot down the missile. Do the laser to shoot down the missile. Anyway, there's a little tiny bit of preview of political tree. Israeli Song 7. And you get to kill Lebanon, which is hilarious. Hilarious. And then Likud, Netanyahu. I love this focus, by the way. Netanyahu. It's just Netanyahu. Like, it doesn't need it. Honestly, I kind of wish that when they update this focus tree, they don't change this. They just keep it as this. Just Netanyahu with nothing. It's Netanyahu. Do you need an explanation? No, you don't. It's Netanyahu. Like, what? I love it. Anyway, how much... Yeah, this has gone on for far too fucking long already. There's a whole bunch of other fixes, tiny mechanics. Oh, right. Navies. Let's go over to the USA. Navies are a thing now. Oh. Oh my god, this Israeli song shit. Basically, they've integrated the man-the-guns naval system, which is something that I was waiting for quite a while. Because obviously, like, modern navies are, well, modern ships are a lot more interesting and complex in the way that they can be modified with this kind of system than World War II things. So you obviously have the anti-submarine mortar. You have the vertical launch system, which is like big funny missiles. The turret systems with different types of turrets for anti-air, anti-submarine, anti-aircraft missiles, anti-ship missiles, point defense to deal with the enemy fucking missiles and aircraft. Fuel tank for the range, helipads, and this is just the destroyer. There's also the torpedoes that you can have, light guns, engines, fire control system that can get more advanced, radar, sonar, anti-submarine warfare, guns. It's pretty poggers. Thankfully, you can't create a variant of the convoy. That would be kind of stupid. Apparently, submarines. Yeah, VLS land attack missile. Or VLS anti-ship missile. Or torpedoes. So you get to specialize the missile submarines. Why is there still the Israeli song? Please give me an American song or something. I don't know. Diesel electric power, mines. What about the nuclear submarines? That's something I'm kind of interested in. 1990s missile submarine. Excuse me? I guess it's just the missile submarine? Diesel electric power, reactor power. Okay, I see. Aha, I see. So it becomes a nuclear submarine when you put the reactor power on it. Okay. And you have, of course, helicopter and aircraft carriers with, you know, either flight deck for aircraft or flight deck for helicopter. Of course, everybody loves this, all the different things. Battleships. I love battleships. Ah, yes, heavy guns. This is poggers. This is so poggers. Do heavy guns even work now? They do. They do have heavy attack. Okay, they do have, like, the heavy attack added. Because one thing that I was really mad about is the fact that, like, for example, battle cruisers didn't have, like, any attack, which was, like, super cringe. Do they have, land? They don't have shore bombardment. Man, they still haven't added shore bombardment? This is honestly kind of sad. Yeah, it's just got heavy attack and not shore bombardment. That's honestly kind of annoying, man. How did you forget shore bombardment, bro? That honestly do be kind of cringe, not gonna lie. Anyway, you've also got the epic cruisers. Yeah, everybody knows this kind of shit. Heavy guns. But why don't you have shore bombardment? That is honestly so fucking cringe. Even like your missile? Yeah, no, just heavy attack and not shore bombardment. How super sad. How incredibly sad. And you of course have carriers, which hopefully are pretty poggers. Yeah, look at all American carrier with all the flight decks. How based. Deck size 60. Based. Yeah, I suppose if you want your navy to shoot at land, you just have to get aircraft carrier to get CAS up. Honestly, this is really kind of cringe that there is no shore bombardment for the fucking epic Iowa class battleship. I am betrayed. Yeah. How did they model the Russian missile cruiser? Because it would be kind of funny. What do you mean? Oh, it's SOV, right? I keep forgetting that it's not RUS, it's SOV as a tag. Come on. There we go. I want to see the epic nuclear cruiser. Which is my favorite ship, by the way. My favorite warship. Holy shit, go outside. Yeah, Kirov class battle cruiser. Yes, they've got epic VLS surface-to-air missile, epic VLS land attack missile 2s, epic chain guns, epic helicopters. Yup. I love this ship so much. Historical battle cruiser. Pretty pogging stuff. Just, yes, nuclear reactor. Everybody loves this ship. Are these like naval OOBs done? Or what? I want to see where the naval OOBs are. Huh. They've even got these Moskva cruisers. These older ones. Yeah, it looks like the naval OOBs are like mostly just... Yeah, they're already existing. They have no anti-submarine in the Black Sea Fleet. Pacific Fleet. Varyak. Everybody loves it when something is called the Varyak. The Viking. Wait, Starship. We don't talk about this ship. Because it's the big Chungus ship. I'm pretty sure it's actually not, but maybe, I don't know. There we go. Pyotr Veliki battle cruiser. Yeah, it's this battle cruiser. Everybody loves it. And the epic Admiral Kuznetsov. Doesn't this ship have, like, missiles? Ah, yes. The carrier with the anti-ship missiles. Everybody loves Russia being hilarious. Oh, ramp takeoff versus cat. Yeah, honestly, my naval nerd side is pretty happy that this exists. It's pretty poggers. I like it. I like it a lot. What's even better is that you can make an epic Chinese navy with this from scratch. Everybody loves epic Chinese navies. Anyway, is there anything big else that I've forgotten about? Well, there's a lot of AI tweaks to how influence works. To how like AI works with the influence system. In fact, in general, the influence system has received a slight amount of rework. There's also new diplomatic options with trade agreements and embargoes. You can now puppet someone and then annex them, which gives you their... Or you could always puppet someone, but you couldn't like annex them afterwards. And now it gives you cores, which is like... Okay, sure, I think... Maybe. I don't know. CPRF launches an uprising to overthrow the government. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, so basically there's a few new ways in which influence works. And now influence gives you a tooltip that tells you the percentage of your actions instead of just, it's gonna increase by plus 10 and you don't know what plus 10 is gonna do. In this case, it tells you plus 10 is gonna be around 2%. And yeah, it works also with the economic aid. You can now do military aid, like infantry equipment, and this increases the influence. Yeah, so basically the influence system is just a little bit more workable now. Just a little tiny bit more workable. They apparently added a Xinjiang SAR focus tree. So in case you don't remember, with China, you can create the Tibet and Xinjiang SARs to deal with the Tibetan and Xinjiang problem. Wait, wasn't it here? Oh no, with the Islamist. Yeah, the greater freedom of religion, devolve power to the new frontier. East Turkestan will be known as the Xinjiang SAR. Apparently, they have a focus tree now. Sure. United States of Europe focus tree, we already saw that. New extension to Brazil's focus tree. Really now? I think, oh yeah, they added a whole section for like Bolsonaro. Yeah, after Operation Car Wash. It's actually pretty big, but you can, okay, you can still do Lulismo. Based. Unfortunately, you can't do epic Southern American socialist states, or whatever. Or yeah, you can do the Bolsonarismo. Damn, this focus tree is actually fucking massive. Restauration. Oh no, you can fucking restore the cringe. Fucking restore the cringe empire. Or rally the far right, of course. Of fucking course. Insult Euro leaders on Twitter. Nationalize the Chinese corporations. Yes, everybody loves this kind of shit. So yeah, Brazil is now pretty cool, not gonna lie. It's pretty cool. Yeah, annexing puppets forces you to inherit their treasury debt and international investments. You can now have nukes. You now have some reworks of the European mechanics, but we don't have time to look into them, like, specifically. More city graphics. Like, what do I mean? I mean, like, when you click on a city, it now gives you the correct graphic for, like, you know, for the most important cities of the world or whatever. You now have a nice little picture for flavor and immersion. Everybody loves this. Is Svalbard in here? I'm getting kind of, like, in real life, I'm getting kind of obsessed with the island of Svalbard, but it doesn't exist in the Hearts of Iron 4 world, apparently. Does Birmingham have a... Yes! Birmingham and Liverpool, my favorite cities. And Manchester, my favorite cities. Okay. Yeah, alright. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this update spotlight. Most of it was just rambling about Italy being cringe. But, oh well, what can I say? Oh, the Chechen War is ongoing at the start. I'd forgotten about that. I thought it was like the old Millennium Dawn where you need to declare war on the Chechnya. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you soon. I hope the mic didn't act up, but yeah, well, take care.